morning, Purple family. Let's get ready to sing our song. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. Waiting for you to come to this place. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. All right, Purple family, Miss Susie and Miss Alexa reminded me that on the last video, I forgot to do the calendar. So we're a little bit behind on our calendar. And do you remember what month it is? May. And the last time we did calendar was Monday, May 4th. And then there was no video. And the last video you watched was on Wednesday, May 6th. And then there was a no video day on the 7th. And today is Friday, May 8th. And if you notice, we have Saturday and Sunday, which are no videos. And on this Sunday is Mother's Day. So, and I'll show you how to make a little something for your mom a little later. But we've got to do another summer birthday. And this one belongs to Parker J. Parker J will not be here during the summer for his birthday, so we are going to do his birthday today. So let me get his candles, and Parker J is going to be 5 also. Everyone's turning 5. Then we'll light them, so count with me. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so everybody at home, let's sing to Parker J. You ready? 1 and a 2 and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Parker J. Happy birthday to you. And I'll get your candles, Parker. Yay. Happy birthday. All right, so I have something really exciting to tell you. We had a meeting on the computer, all of the teachers and Miss Sandy, and we were talking. Usually we have, at the end of the year, we have a little celebration, a little party. This year, we're gonna still have it. We're gonna do something different. So, remember Sloan was asking that she wanted to see her teachers and her friends again? We're gonna do something. It's just gonna be, it'll be quick, and you'll probably just get to stay in your car. And I'll tell you more about that later, but we will get to see all our friends, and you'll get to see me and Miss Susie at the end of the year. So we have a couple more weeks. End of the year, we're talking maybe right here. So we have to go through all of these days, and this day is a holiday. So right there, we're thinking we'll all be together, and we'll give you all of your extra clothes, and me and Miss Susie make a big binder with all the art that I've saved for you, and pictures, and anything left in your cubby, and your name tag. So you'll get a big bag of things you'll get to pick up that day. But I'll tell you, and I'll tell your mommies and daddies all about it. Our next thing is our pattern for the day. And I think this might be our last pattern. I think you guys are getting pretty good at these. So if you look, they're not all the same color, but if you look at the shape, then you can see the pattern, and it is square, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, square, circle. So the pattern is 2 squares and a circle. Right? So we're going to probably stop doing patterns. You can do them at home if you want. You can always do these at home. Our next thing we're going to do, since Mother's Day is coming up, we're going to do a few things, but we're going to go over and I'm going to show you how to make a card for Mother's Day. So our prayer is that we are thankful for mommies. 5 fingers here, 5 fingers there. Put them together. Say a quiet prayer. Dear Lord, Thank you for all of our mommies. Amen. We're going to do zoophonics. We're going to sing some of our new songs. We're going to go make a card for Mother's Day. And I'll show you how to do that. And then you get to go cook with Miss Susie. She's going to show you how to make quesadillas. And we'll meet back here and have a story. So stand up. Let's get ready for zoophonics. All right, Purple family, stand up and let's get ready to do some zoophonics. And we're going to start right here with Allie Alligator. She opens her jaws and says, ah, ah, ah. And Allie Alligator's letter is called the letter A. And Bubba Bear reaches up for his honey and says, B, B, B. And Bubba Bear's letter is the letter B, B. And next we're on to Katina Cat, and she washes her face and says, K, K, K. And her letter name is the letter C. And Dee Dee Deer, with his little ears, says D, D, D. And Dee's deer letter is called the letter D. And Ellie Elephant picks up those peanuts and says eh, eh, eh. And Ellie Elephant's letter is the letter E. Francie Fish likes to swim and says, and Francie Fish's letter is the letter F, F. And then we're down here to Gordo Gorilla peeling his banana, and he says G, G, G. And Gordo Gorilla's letter is called the letter G. And Honey Horse likes to run and say and Honey Horse's letter is the letter H, H. And down here we have Any Inchworm. It. And Any Inchworm's letter is the letter I. Jerry Jellyfish. J, J, J. And Jerry Jellyfish's letter is the letter J. And I'm going to come way over here. We have K.O. Kangaroo. K.O. Kangaroo says K, K, K. And K.O. Kangaroo's letter is the letter K. And Lizzie Lizard says ooh, ooh, ooh. And Lizzie Lizard's letter is the letter L. Missy Mouse likes to eat her cheese and says mmm, mmm, mmm. And her letter is the letter M. And we're going to come back all the way over here to Nigel Night Owl. Remember, with his big eyes? And he says, mmm, mmm, mmm. And Nigel Night Owl is the letter N. And Olive Octopus says, ah, ah, ah. And her letter is the letter O. And Kiwi Penguin says, and that letter, Kiwi Penguin's letter, is the letter P. And Queenie Quail, remember with her little top knot, she says qu, qu, qu. And Queenie Quail's letter is the letter Q. Robbie Rabbit says er. And Robbie Rabbit's letter is the letter R. And Sammy Snake says S, S, S. And that letter is the letter S. And Timmy Tiger holds onto his bars and says T, T, T. And Timmy Tiger's letter is the letter T. And then Umbrella Bird, he says and that letter is the letter U. Vincent Vampire Bat says And Vincent Vampire Bat's letter is the letter V. And Willie Weasel says what. And that letter is the letter W. And way over here is a Xavier Fox, and it says X, X, X. And that's the letter X. Next is Yancey Yak. And she says, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that letter is the letter Y. And the very last one, Zeke the zebra, remember? And Zeke the zebra says zzz, zzz, zzz. And that is the letter Z. Right, our first song is called Make New Friends. And we'll do it slow, and then we'll speed it up a little bit. So it goes like this. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I'm gonna be your friend. So we'll practice that a little more every video. And the next new song is the boat song. So you take your hands and make a boat, and it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3. When I set sail again, here's what I know. God will be with me wherever I go. When I set sail again, here's what I know. God will be with me wherever I go. Yes, God will be with me wherever I go. So those are our songs. Family, we are at the art table, and I am going to show you if you want to make a card for your mom for Mother's Day. So we have paper. It doesn't have to be this color. It doesn't have to be this size. And a card, you can take your paper and you fold it. And this is how I learned to fold it. Take the edges and you put them together, match them up. And if you hold it down and then just push the part that's folded, that makes a card. And then whatever you want to do, it's up to you what you want to put on this card. I got some of our stamps out. If you have stamps at home, you can maybe put a butterfly on there for Mom. Or you may have some watercolors. Maybe you can even paint whatever stamp you made for Mom. Or maybe you just want to add some color. You can open it up and do the inside. You can use color crayons, markers, whatever you have at home. Maybe make her a picture or just color. Maybe you want to glue some things. I have our glue out here. And I have some circles. Maybe you just want to make some circles. Oh, I probably shouldn't have used blue, huh? Matches the same color as our paper right there. Maybe you can glue different things on a card for Mom. And you know what? If you know how to write your name, you could put your name in there, or you can get someone to help you make a card. If you don't want to make a card for Mom, you could pick her some flowers from your yard, or maybe if there is a grown-up home with you, you can make her some breakfast or some lunch, or maybe just help out around the house. So that's a little something you can make for Mom on Mother's Day. We are going to go make a quesadilla with Miss Susie in the kitchen.
Okay, Purple Family, so here we are. We are going to be doing our snack today. It's going to be tortillas with cheese, which is quesadillas. So our first step here is we grate our cubes of cheese, and here's our grater. The second one is place your grated cheese on your tortilla, and then you fold your tortilla and you cook it. Okay, so we have our ingredients here. We have our tortilla. We have our cheese. We are actually going to be using our shredded cheese because we don't have a block of cheese. But if you're at home and you have a block of cheese or anything like that, this is what you would use. You just kind of use it here, and with an adult, of course, because we don't want you to get cut. These are very sharp too, so gotta be careful with these. So we have our spatula ready, and let's see if this is warm already. You need either, something like this so that you can put your tortilla in there, or sometimes you have, you could use a griddle. It's up to your parents. So make sure you have an adult with you. You place your tortilla in here, just like that. Hopefully it gets warm quick. And then you're gonna spread your cheese on here, just like that. And you can add as much as you want. If you like them really cheesy, you can put a lot of cheese. If you only like a little bit, then you just put a little bit of cheese. We flip this over just like this. And wait for it to cook a little bit and get a little brown on your tortilla on the other side, just like that. You flip them over. I'm actually using my hand because I'm kind of used to it. But for you guys, you need to use your spatula like this and just kind of flip them over. Sizzling. And there you have it. You will have your quesadilla. Let's see, is it? Okay, so there you have it. You see it's a little bit brown here. It means it's cooked. And let's see the inside of it. Ooh, look at all that cheese. It's melted, so it's ready. Here we go. Use your spatula, put it on your plate. And there you have it.
Purple family, we're going to read our story. And this is called Chrysanthemum. It's a little bit of a longer story, but you know what? You're older, and you can handle it. So this is Chrysanthemum. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect. And then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way to school. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum, school. But when Miss Chud took a roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Oh, that's not very nice. And she doesn't look very happy. It's too long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Miss Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet, exclaimed Victoria. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Chud. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said, as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. It's not very nice of Victoria. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower. Oh, psh, said her mother. Your name is beautiful, and precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. Parcheesi is a game. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her last name was Jane, and it was an extremely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita. Let's smell her, said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Not very nice of those girls again, The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, a chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things. Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Chudd. Now put your head down. I just cannot believe your name, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. Neither can I, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me. Psh, said her mother. They're just jealous and envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced, said her father. Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours, said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Joe was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy, Joe, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She didn't think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. What's so humorous? Asked Mrs. Twinkle. Chrysanthemum was the answer. Her name is so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on her name tag, said Rita. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. She's named after a flower. My name is long, said Mrs. Twinkle. It is, said Joe. My name would scarcely fit on a name tag, said Mrs. Twinkle. It would, said Rita. And, said Mrs. Twinkle, I'm named after a flower, too. You are, said Victoria. Yes, said Mrs. Twinkle. My name is Delphinium Twinkle. And if my if my baby is a girl, I'm considering chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed, she beamed, she ballooned. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at chrysanthemum longingly. Call me Marigold, said Joe. I'm Carnation, said Rita. My name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. Overall, the class musical was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was absolutely perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake. She completely forgot her lines as a dainty fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was wildly funny, and she giggled through the entire dance of the flowers. Eventually, Miss Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and of course, she named her Chrysanthemum. One and two and three. May the circle be unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by. We will see you all someday, but for now we say goodbye. Goodbye, Joshua. Goodbye, Dominic. Goodbye, Parker S. and Zach, too. Goodbye, Sloan. Goodbye, Blaine. Goodbye, Parker J. and Marcio, too. Goodbye, Elodie. Goodbye, Caden. Goodbye, Weston and Trevor, too. Goodbye, Ellen. Goodbye, Miss Susie, Miss Nikki, and Miss Alexa, too. May the circle be unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by. We will see you all someday, but for now we say goodbye.